Hey, I'm Francis Roberts, and today I'm going to continue working on my Astral Cauldron project. Let's go take a look in Reaper. Alright, so last time I just finished this second track, and it sounds kind of like this. So today I'll probably start a third track, and I think there was some stuff that was bothering me. Like the ending of this track didn't feel that great to me, so I'm gonna take a look at that first and see if I can figure that out. I think it was right after this part. Yeah, I think that maybe I don't want this harp to continue after that. I'll just get that first note in there. Yeah, that feels more like we're getting to the end of the song. It's kind of cool. It takes longer to end than I generally like, but there's something to be said for music that ends over time or ends very slowly, especially if it's designed to be ambient music. I find that when I'm paying attention, my attention span is shorter. So when I'm writing music, I find that I over edit if I'm making ambient music. I like my style of writing for pop music or exciting stop and go progressive rock or heavy metal, things like that, because I am careful not to repeat ideas too many times. But that style doesn't lend itself well to ambient music, because in ambient music you want to get lost in it. And at this point in the song, we're a few minutes in, and I don't want it to end abruptly or end the same way that I would end a piece of music for a concert hall. So I'm going to leave it like that and hope that it's acceptable, and go on to my track 3. I'm thinking of doing, I like doing 4-track EPs, so I think I'll do 4 tracks as a beginning for this Astral Cauldron project. This next one, I'm going to start with the harp. I think the first track started with sort of both. This next one's just a pad. And this one I think I'm going to start with sort of a brittle texture of just a plucked string instrument. I'll probably adjust the tempo as well. That sample changes there. Do you hear that? I think that this plug-in, it's Expand. I think it's like probably a PCM synth or something. This phrase needs to be longer. Let's see what this feels like as a repeating texture and whether or not the tempo is appropriate for it. It's a little bit fast for the vibe I want. So in this spot, oh, I guess this is a project. So I need to change tempo here. That's, if you're a Reaper user, that's Shift C. I think that's the default key command for it. I can never remember which ones I changed. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, that's a nice and gloomy slow tempo, and I'm just going to make this just spam it. And one of these pads can just double it, and it's going to get really big and beefy. Let's see which one's better. That one. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. I'll give it some juice with this drum. Yeah, just every beat. This almost reminds me of a bowrin. How do you say that word? The Irish drum that goes in your hand. I don't even know which hand you play it on. If you don't know what I'm talking about, they're really cool. I actually think that my friend has a video in which he performs on it. And if you don't know what that instrument is, you know what? Maybe if I remember, I will link to that in the comments or in the description. Ooh, yeah. Okay, I'm just automatically imagining this, these square waves doing like a riff, almost like a heavy metal riff over this. Let's just loop that again. Maybe this drum part will get more exciting here. Maybe it won't, I'm not sure. And these will, I always forget what key I'm in. I just pick notes. Let me actually make sure that sounds good coming out of the previous song. Yeah, that works, whatever. Good enough for me. Okay, and then this is gonna be, okay. That G here. Maybe like a triplet vibe. I know I used triplets in the last one, but you never know. Sometimes they're cool. Yeah, something like that could be awesome, actually. These have to be a bit more staccato, so I'm going to shorten them. That might be too much, but I guess we'll see. Yeah. I meant to change the note here, but I actually kind of like that it's sitting on the same note. Where did that sneeze come from? Let's just see how this feels. Going up to that third, that might be powerful. Yeah, I like that a lot. That's cool. Okay. I'm tempted to harmonize this right away, but I think that what I'll do instead is do something like that up here. You know what? This actually is going to be the same rhythm. I want this to be a rhythmic unison, and that will make this sound a little bit more like a little bit more riffy. So that top note is a B flat. How's that transition? I wonder if I could get away with a major chord here. That might actually be really cool. And we could keep building that up. Let's see how it feels. Yeah, and then that sort of leads us into a melody. I almost hear something similar to I think it's the main theme of Link to the Past, or maybe it's the Dark World and Link to the Past, one of the earlier Zelda games. If you don't know what that is, it's an okay game. It's got great music. If you want to rip it off, that's a really good sound alike. Oh, geez. And then we could harmonize it in a similar style. I won't do that to you. Let's just use that as an inspiration and figure out what about it makes that song cool. And I've changed enough of it already to make it not the same song, but not enough to make it recognizably unique. And I find that you usually need 3 or more inspirations to get something that sounds original. And right now we really have just one inspiration, but the harmonic structure has changed. So the notes aren't exactly the same. And I think the other part that's really, really important to this Zelda melody is this rhythm here. And the rhythm's not exactly the same either. I'm gonna add that, but it's this is really, really similar to the rhythm of the original song that I'm still clearly ripping off here. So I think I'm going to change some stuff about it. Oh, and you know what? I'll go back to triplet mode here. That'll make it easier to make it sound like it's part of the previous section. Adding this helps a lot. I think I still need to do something about this melody here. Something like that, maybe. And now I think we've got a unique melody that is not going to sound like a ripoff to your average listener. Obviously, we know where this came from, so we have our little secret. And what I'm going to do here is essentially transpose this to a new key. It kind of has that major 7 vibe, which reminds me of the first song. In a good way, I think. Remember in the first song we had this this last chord is sort of makes the top line feel Lydian almost. Okay, let's hear this. Maybe a little joining unison here, instead of harmonizing the way I normally would. I like this melody more, I think. Jumping down there. Okay, and I also immediately wanted this to be harmonized, so let's just do that. We are not really in a key here. I guess we sort of are. I don't know. This is definitely a key. So, bum, bum. It's basically G minor at this point. So, I'm going to start with G minor. And I guess we sort of change keys in the 3rd bar. So, I'm going to use key snap. G, natural minor. And let's pull this stuff down. And see what happens. And with key snap, this should lock the notes into the key. And I want diatonic harmony until our key change happens. We get this chromaticism that happens in the second half of the melody. But this might just automatically harmonize it. This can be a great tool if you know the sound you're looking for is diatonic. And that by itself takes a little bit of practice and a little bit of ear training. But eventually you'll get a feel for whether or not you're looking for notes that are outside of a basic scale. This bottom note's the only problem. And that one's just a personal preference. I like that pattern more when we harmonize this. I'll play them solo against each other so you can hear what that sounds like. And it's that guy right there. Play it real slow. And the whole thing slow. Okay, and now let's see what happens in the second half. Our chords sort of change here. And you can hear that this this G minor key snap stops working, so I'm going to take that off. And the first part sounds okay, actually, right? And by itself, it sort of sounds okay too. I don't like it though, so. What chord were we on here? I forgot. Sort of an A flat. Okay. Maybe if I key snap to A flat major. Nah, I won't use key snap. I'm not hearing it well enough. Yeah, that's what I thought. And then that's where the other chord change happens, and I believe that's a G flat, if I remember correctly. And that's just that last note that's bothering me now. That's kind of cool. Good enough for me. And let's repeat that melody. And then come back to this part. I like the idea of going back to that riff again. And I think that maybe the drum beat can pick up somewhere in here. How long is this right now also? Oh, good. It's only 2 minutes long so far. It's fantastic. That last one, I want it to go up higher. Ooh, that contrary motion actually feels pretty good. Changing the top part without the bottom part. And then these actually maybe could jump up an octave, so the registered jump isn't abrasive. This might not sound good though, we'll see. Oh yeah, that's actually really cool. It needs to end, you know? I think that this sort of needs like just like a one final chord kind of a thing on the transition to make it less awkward. Maybe it's the other note that needs to change. And that could last longer on each of these, I think. Let's see how that feels. Oh, made that a little bit longer than I meant to. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm happy with that. And maybe I'll take these ideas again. I'll use the low one this time. And this time I think I want to do this, but with a driving drum sound and maybe with a beefier, just everything. Let's see how it feels if I put both pads in. This might be extreme. Oh, and the drums. Maybe I'll copy that rhythm too. Ba, 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 ba. Ooh, oh man, I almost gave myself chills with that extra pad. That works really, really well. Doot, 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 doot. Oh, that's totally not what I wanted to do. I've set the chord note triplets. I guess I want eighth note triplets because this sound has a really tight transient. So unlike the square waves up here, where I have a slow attack, I have a 350 millisecond attack actually on this. So I need to separate the sounds like so in order to have clear separation between them. But with this drum sound, I don't need that. So each one of these can be like sort of its own thing. I would normally use a different drum sound, but I want to get through this video because I don't want these to be terribly long. So I want to give it a little bit of flavor. So let's hear what this drum beat sounds like. That's good enough for me. And I'll loop that drum sound instead of this one over here. And this will make this sort of feel like a big climax. Something I'm thinking of now is maybe adding another dark ambiance. Okay, something that's bothering me now is that this square wave synth has a slow attack and the drum has a really, really aggressive attack. And lo and behold, the aggressive attack is getting in the way of the square wave. So I'm not hearing the notes anymore. So I think what I'm going to do is take the melody and bring it to the harp as well. And maybe even bring it up an octave in the harp. Something like that. An abrupt fade out. Maybe I'll give the drum one more chance to shine over here. But not much of one, just like a hit. Oops. What did I just do there? Oh, I just deleted a little piece of it. I meant to delete everything but the first hit. Abrupt, but I like it. I'll give the, I don't need to do that. I've got this idea over here. Sort of feels like it should end like that. I'll give these a little bit more time and see if that feels good, because that felt short. Oh, I could live with this following the pad, but I think I don't want to. I think I want it to just stop abruptly like that. Yeah, and then ending like that actually feels fine to me. I didn't make this one too short, did I? It looks like it's about the same length as the others. What do we have? Oh yeah, it's like nice healthy 3.5 minutes. Okay, but in the style of the other songs, I want to give it some kind of an interesting ambiance. How was I doing these? I was using a sampler, I think. And put one. Okay, so I guess I'll just record. Myself doing something. I wish this was a live stream so I could ask everyone what sound to turn into an evil dungeon ambiance. How about this? Good enough for me. Let's get a little bit quiet. I'm going to feed it some extra volume real quick. Take out the low end. Sort of give it some strength here and some juice here. Can I do that 12? Yeah, that's fine. And what I'm going to do is just apply track FX as a new take. Oh, God. And I guess I'll also just like... Do I have this like really zoomed out or something? Does this work? What if I double this up? And then take this off and replace it with the sampler. And import this from a range. Okay, and then I need to adjust this. Give it a little bit slower attack. I'll give it a little bit of a release time as well. And I actually do want to loop that. Something like that, I think. That'll probably feel fine. And again, I'll just do the semitone shifted and I'll just do it really, 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 really tuned down. Oops. This needs to be a blank item. Something like that. And I guess all this stuff should be moved over a tad to stay in character and make this can just delete that now. Ooh, that sounds great. I wonder if it loops well when it's this high pitched. Let's hear that real quick. A bit loud, isn't it? Out of the way at this point. I think it actually might work at that loud volume. I can still hear all the notes pretty well. I'm actually really liking this track. I wasn't sure what to expect at the beginning, but I think it's really like stimulating in all the right ways. Whew. I'm gonna come back and make these long like they are at the end. I don't even really feel like I need to listen to it again. I just know that'll work. Oh yeah, cool. I'm pretty happy with that. I think that's going to be all there is to this track, and I will see you next time. I'll try to make my 4th track in the next video, and after that, hopefully I'll start cutting these together and showing you how I would go about releasing an album or an EP like this. I'll see you then. Thanks for watching.